channel. So today I am coming at you with one of my most highly requested videos, and as you can tell by the title, it's going to be how I make labels for my classroom. Now I know it's that time of year where we're all in really intense summer mode, but some of us are starting to think about our classrooms and what we're gonna do and change and tweak for this following year. And I do wanna say that there's a lot of things I will spend money for on my classroom. However, classroom labels is just not one of them. Schedule cards, calendars, things like that, I won't spend money on it. And that's because I can never find exactly the color scheme, the patterns, and things that I want. So I kind of taught myself how to create things like this on PowerPoint, and I'm gonna share that skill with you today, so hopefully you can use it to create some amazing stuff for your classroom. I do want to say that you are gonna need PowerPoint. That's what I use. There are so many ways to do this on a computer. This is just the way that I know and the way that I love. So you are gonna need to use PowerPoint. The other thing that you're gonna need is any fonts that you really, really love. The fonts that come on a computer standard, I don't really love. They're not very classroom friendly. So there are a couple ways to do it. I'm not gonna sit here and explain how to download fonts because there are 100 videos on YouTube, but you can either download them online or you can buy them from Teachers Pay Teachers. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I get a lot of questions when I post videos like this about fonts. So you do have to go find some on your own. Also, I want you to keep in mind that I use this technique for literally everything for my classroom. So not just labels, but I do it for my schedule cards, for book bins, for the calendar, for posters that I make. Everything that I'm gonna show you here on PowerPoint I use for pretty much everything I create for my own classroom. So keep that in mind. All right, I don't wanna ramble too much. I just wanna jump into the video. So hopefully I can help you guys save some money and create some amazing stuff for your classroom by following along this tutorial. Make sure if you like this video to give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave them down below. Make sure you take a second to subscribe. Let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is open up a brand new PowerPoint, and I get rid of these. Now this first step is very crucial for printing. So you're gonna go up to File and go to Page Setup, and you're gonna change your margins to 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 8.5. It just has to be the size of a paper, otherwise your printing is going to be all messed up, so do not forget to do this. I always click Scale Up. I don't really know what that means, but it works for me. Okay, so now we have our paper and we are ready to go. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is insert a shape of some kind. There's a lot of different shapes to choose from. This is gonna be the base of our label or whatever it is that you're going to create. So there's rectangles, you could do circles, there are rectangles with rounded edges. So here I'm just showing you a few different options of shapes that you could choose. But for the labels I'm going to make today, we are going to stick with a rectangular shape. So the most important thing is to make sure that your labels are the right size for whatever it is that you're sticking them on. So you're gonna right click and go down to Format Shape. This is going to be where all the magic happens. So there are a lot of different features. The shape options are obviously what's gonna fix the shape. So the fill is the inside of the shape. You can change the color to whatever you want. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the line is gonna be the effects of the outside of your shape. So that is the shape options. Still in the shape options, if you click over next to the paint can, this is just a few other different techniques that we'll talk about in a second. You really just have to take the time to play with this. Now the one next to that, that's the important one. That's where we're gonna fix the size. So the first thing I would do is measure whatever you need your label to fit. And then here you can play with the measurements to make sure your label is the exact size that you need. If you do not do this, your label is going to come out way too big or way too small for the area that you're trying to cover. So make sure you measure it and you know exactly the sizes that you need. Also, down here you'll see where it says Lock Aspect Ratio. Sometimes if that's checked, it doesn't let you create your own. So make sure that's unchecked so you can make it the exact size that you need. All right, now we're going to talk about the fill, which is the inside of your label. There are several different options, so you want to make sure you're on the paint can. So if you click No Fill, that's going to be completely white. If you do a solid fill, that's going to be color. Now keep in mind, you can change the color to whatever you want. However, if you're gonna print it on colored paper, it's gonna save you a lot of ink. So if you just do no fill, it's just gonna be clear and it'll print just on the colored paper that you want. I've done that a bunch of times. So if you leave it like this, that's what's happening. You can also insert pictures. So if you have a very specific theme like polka dots or chevron, you can insert images to your background. So if you go up here and click on insert, or right there, picture, and then if you click on file right below that, you can actually search for an image. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down to Safari and I'm just gonna Google blue and green backgrounds. So you can see it opens up a bunch of images, and up top it gives you different categories. So there's pattern, there's watercolor. So if you click on patterns, there's your chevron. You have all sorts of different patterns to pick from. If you like polka dots, I believe there's polka dots down here. There you go. I'm gonna actually go up here to watercolor because that's the aesthetics that I really like. I'm just gonna choose one and I'm gonna save it. I go back to my PowerPoint. I'm just going to click on File and insert that image. And as you can see, there you go. It just fills that shape in with whatever background that you chose. So that's another really cool, fun feature for you. I'm going to go back to No Fill because now we're going to talk about the outline of your labels. So up top, you see where it says Shape Options. Down on the bottom half, it says Line. So right here, if you click on the width, you can play with the thickness of it. So obviously, the higher the number, the thicker your outline gets. And this comes really in handy when you're dealing with labels. And then you can, of course, change the color, and you can also change the style. So here are a bunch of different styles that you can choose from. Again, another way just to make it pretty, and you can personalize it to kind of your taste, which is really fun. For this video, we're going to stick to a solid line. So here, I'm just going to play with a few colors. Obviously, my theme is blue and green, so I'm just going to mess around here and play with a few colors. If you come up here, this glow option is a really fun one to play around with. So I'm going to choose black, and as you can see, it like outlines the outline, and that's the only way I've been able to actually show that kind of feature. So make sure you play around with the glow. As you see in this video, I definitely do a lot of that. I just wanted to make sure to show you that so you had that in your little toolbox. Alright, so this is what I came up with. I just did a lighter blue line and a green glow. That's that effect there. So now let's talk about text. So you're just going to insert a text box and type whatever it is that you want. And then you're going to choose a font that you love. The font that I'm going to choose here in a minute is kind of my go-to because it's very clear. I don't have to squint. It's just very clear, especially when you're dealing with labels. Again, it's just a personal preference, but KG Blank Space Solid is one of my favorites. You can go buy it or download it online. So there are a lot of different features when it comes to playing with the text. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to separate these. I'm going to do color on one line and paper on another. It just gives you more wiggle room for spacing and things like that. So you can copy and paste, which is a really nice feature because then you don't have to edit everything again. So there you go. I have color and paper on two separate lines, and now I'm going to show you things you can do to make the text really pop. Okay, so I just blew up the text down here so it's easier for you to see. So if you right-click, click on Format Text. So make sure you are in text options and not shape options. If you're in shape options, it's going to alter the shape of your text box. So as you can see there, that's not what we want. So we're going to make sure that we're in text options. Now, here is where you're going to be able to change the color of your text, the outline of your text, and the glow of your text. So here, I'm just trying to find a color that I really like. So green, blue. And then if you come down here to text outline, this is where you can make the text pop. So if you choose black or a darker color, it's going to outline the text, which is a really awesome feature. And again, with the width, the higher the number, the thicker it's going to be. So that's a really, really fun one to play with. You can have all sorts of different features for that. Other thing I really love to do is to come up here to the glow feature again, and it just makes a nice popped outline, and it's just thicker and it's nicer, and you can change the width of this one too. So you can see the difference of glow versus just the outline. So this is, again, something you just need to play with and take your time and figure out what you like. What you can also do is after you outline a text, you can put a glow of whatever color you want around that text as well. I don't really know what I'm doing over here. Oh, there we go. See, I was in shape options. It's a mistake I make all the time. Make sure you're in text options, and then see, there you go. So it's a black outline with a green glow. So this is just, like I said, a really fun way to customize anything to your own style and color scheme. All right, so this is what I ended up with. This is what I liked. I'm going to give you a trick here that's going to save you a lot of time and energy. So Instead of recreating this for each label, if you highlight everything that you've already created and then copy and paste it, all you have to change is the words. So that's what I'm gonna do here, copy, paste, and then just slide it down, and then you have the exact same label. So all I'm gonna do here is just create labels, the same aesthetics, just different words. All right, so this is what I ended up with. I tweaked a couple of things. So when you're all set, this is when you're going to go ahead and print. I really like to print all of my labels on cardstock before I laminate them. It's just a lot sturdier. So whenever you're ready, load in the cardstock and print. And then this last final step is not necessary, but I highly, highly, highly recommend that you laminate your labels. So you're gonna need a laminator and some pouches. So you're just gonna insert the labels inside your laminating pouch, and you're gonna stick it in your laminator, and you're gonna let her run. Very last thing you're gonna do is cut them out. I use a paper cutter. This is when those thick lines that you made are really, really helpful. And then after you cut them, there's a lot of ways you can adhere them. My personal favorite is magnetic tape. I just slap it right on the back. You could also use double-sided tape. You could use truly any fastener that you want, but that is it. We are done. All right, guys, so that wraps up this video. Again, I hope you learned something from this. Take a second to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.